everyone, it's me Jen from I'm Just Like You, and today I want to share with you my top 5 secret makeup tips. So first of all, let's just get right into it. The first tip that I want to share with you is when you apply any brow products on your brows. So let's say you use a eyeshadow to fill in your brows. If you use a brow pencil or a brow pen, it doesn't matter. What I always suggest is for you to use if let's say you're using a foundation that day or just concealer that day, or you're actually just using a powder foundation, I always recommend to go over the brows with it before you apply anything. What it actually does is it helps the brow product to not only last all day, but it also helps adhere the product right away. So let's say when you're applying it, it doesn't show up as well, or it doesn't look as defined or like a real hair stroke. When you use some type of foundation or a foundation powder underneath, it actually helps the product go on more intense, and it works like a primer. Now, if you are not wearing any type of makeup, so of course it would look funny if you put some foundation over your brows, but just use a primer. So let's say, let me see, what primer do I have here? I would just put a little bit of like an eyeshadow primer, and I would use like a big brush, wipe off the excess, just go over it a little bit. Let me tell you, it'll make a big difference. Your product will show up better, it will apply better, and it will last a lot longer. Now, tip number 2 is to use a concealer to map out your brows. So I would use it right on the top, and it actually helps highlight the area because we do have like a bone right there. But what it also does is it helps camouflage any type of stray hairs that you have that you couldn't have time to pluck, wax, or thread. So definitely try that out. It really makes a big difference. What I like to do is I like to fill in my brows and then go over with a concealer at the top to really make it look perfected and cleaned and just highlighted in that area. Now, my trick number 3, if you like to line your bottom lash line to help kind of make this look more sultry and make your eyes pop a little bit, I noticed that eyeshadow causes a lot of fallout. By the end of the day, you're gonna look like a raccoon. I noticed gel liner or just a eye pencil, it can transfer. That happens to me all the time, and it actually makes the look more grungy, which I don't like. So what I do is I use a liquid liner right in the inside to connect from the top lash line downwards, just a little bit, and I use a smudger brush, which is something that's a little bit thinner. It could be flat like this, and I just smudge it out while it's wet and just leave it alone. It'll dry and it'll set, and it will never transfer right after that. So instead of using a eye pencil, gel liner, or eyeshadow, use a liquid liner and smudge it out, and it will look like it was a gel liner or anything like that. It makes it look less harsh, and it looks great, and it lasts all day. Alright, so for my 4th tip, this is for those of you who wear eyeliner, mascara, and you notice by the end of the day, your eyeliner and your mascara is smudged on the bottom lash line, and it starts to migrate downwards and make you look like a raccoon. This trick is going to help all of you guys never experience that transfer again. It is to use a dry formula mascara on the bottom lash line. Even if you don't have that many lashes, I don't have a lot of lashes on my bottom lash line, but this will make a big difference, okay? I use the MAC Extended Play or the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara, which looks like this. So any one of these will work because it's a very dry formula. Now, these will not work on your top lashes because it does weigh down the lashes. Because it weighs down the lashes, it helps your bottom lash look fuller, and it shows a lot more. With that said, the formula is what helps prevent migration. That dry formula is going to be that barrier between your wet formula of your mascara and your eyeliner, and it's going to prevent any fall down, any smudging that will happen throughout the day. Of course, if we smile, if we talk, our eyes water, a little bit of oil secretes throughout the day, and that causes the makeup to transfer downwards. But if you have a dry formula right in the middle of it, it really helps. I have not experienced any. And I notice on days when I forget to put this, I am definitely a raccoon by the end of the day. Alright, so for my 5th tip is for those of you who find your powder to be too cakey, if you find your concealer to cake up and start to crease. And for those of you who don't like that powdery look and you want your skin to look healthy and it looks like you don't have any powder on, what I like to do is to use a damp sponge. Any damp sponge, you can use one of those disposable if you want to. And this is a beauty blender. I wet it, squeeze out all the excess water, squeeze it into a towel to really soak up any of that excess water. Use any powder of your choice. It can be a pressed powder like I use or a loose powder, and you just tap the product into the powder, and because there is some dampness in the sponge, it really helps make the powder into almost a buttery, finely milled type of product. And then you just apply it onto the areas that you need, underneath your eyes, around your nose, anywhere that it tends to cake up. And trust me, it will never cake up. It will make your concealer not crease. Just use it and tap, tap, tap. It won't over powder your skin, and because of the dampness, it really helps moisturize the area and make the powder not dry up that area. So that is my tip. Definitely use a damp sponge, or you can also use a regular brush that you use, spray a little bit like Fix Plus or some setting powder on it, and then dip into the powder and go right over your concealer and foundation, and trust me, the finish will be amazing. All right, you guys, those are my top 5 makeup tricks that I wanted to share with you guys. If you have any makeup tricks that you want to share with me and others, please leave it in the comments below. And if you want to see more of my makeup tricks, please let me know. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!